Okay guys, so here's just a real quick video. Say you made yourself a nice card, that you painted a nice card. Some doesn't have to be the Valentine's Day kind of stuff here. But say you painted that and you want to write on the inside, and maybe you're kind of like me and you don't have quite the steadiest of hand when it comes to writing, so your letters end up being not perfectly sized, evenly sized. So, and you want it to be a little more even in it, because I mean, if I wrote it, the V, and I'd end up with letters coming down, and then after a bit trying to keep them straight, I actually start to slant letters. I'm horrible at writing, I really am. But say you have that kind of problem, or you just want you can always stencil them out, cut out the stencils of each letter and stencil them out. Something else I found to do is make a little stencil sheet here. It's this little guide, just a little guide, and it's perfectly even all the way down the thing so then when you write your letters, they stay pretty much uniform for the most part, and it just helps it to look a little more even in there. Though I still start to slant letters. Like I said, I'm bad at writing, but it's just an option for anybody who might want to who have a problem with writing like I do. And all you need is get a sheet of poster board or paper. You can just use regular paper if you want. I use something that because I use a permanent marker when writing inside the cards, that a regular sheet of paper, it would bleed through, so I actually use what is like a photo type paper. And get you a ruler, line up the edges of the ruler with the paper. You can tell if it's not even from one side or the other, if it's leaned and it's not lined up perfectly. And this just helps to line it up a little better, make it a little more even. Everything's lined up, and then just, I'm holding the camera with one hand, so this isn't great, but and my light is in the wrong place, and then draw your line down on each side, and then cut it out. Box cutter or your X-Acto knife. We talked about these guys in the last video with kind of stencil making stuff, and cut it out. And I wouldn't go the entire length, because you just want a little box square. If you don't want it that wide, you can always make it thinner. Find yourself something thinner, use your ruler, draw a line, and just move it up a little bit. Make sure everything's even on the ends. Draw your line, and you can get smaller, narrower lines to a narrower line to draw your stuff on. I just went with the size of a ruler. These are for school kids for my son's class, so I kept them kind of big, and since he's in such a small grade, I just thought it would look cooler, bigger letters. So, but there you go. Then cut it out and place it inside your, this is difficult to do with one hand, place it inside the thing, and just line up your, like for the card, line it up until it's even. There you go. And then just draw your things in it. And as you do it, I start from the top, bring it all the way to the bottom, bring it all the way up, and this just stops. This stencil stops you from going any farther, and and as long as you do that, everything pretty much comes out the same width. Now, there's nothing really to fix the slantedness of my letters, but that's just a real quick idea for any of you who want to write on the inside of a card and don't want to have to cut out each letter and things like that, and you just want to write it in, and you just happen to have a unsteady hand when it comes to writing things. So I hope that helps a little of you, some of you, little of you, big of you. Alright guys, I hope that helps anyone and everyone that who needs it, and thanks for watching guys. Be sure to click the like button and share it with anybody you think it might help. This works for cards as well as maybe you want to write on a painting of yours that you're doing and things like that. So share it with somebody, it might help, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys are awesome, and as always, remember, keep creating.